Fashion has always been considered as the layer for men because it is a good way to relax themselves after working. However, since women always stayed at home and took care of the house as well as the children in the past, they did not work and did not have time to go participate any layer at all. What's even annoying, taking care of the house and children had been considered as layer for women in the past, according to our reading materials. Even if women did have time to go fishing, the society and their husbands would not allow them. The society would consider a woman go fishing unwomanly because when you are fishing, you definitely would wear pants, not skirts, and you may also get mud on your shoes. As for their men, according to Bent, men just wanted to go fishing alone because they were so selfish that they left their wives at home to see that children did not get into trouble. According to Sarit, if a man going fishing saw a woman, he would give up fishing that day, because it was believed that seeing a woman before going fishing means it was not a good day for fishing on Hansa Island. Under such circumstances, I believe women were not allowed to go fishing at all, and they also would not dare to challenge the rules in the past. Today, I think there are a few women going fishing, but most of the anglers are still men, according to Bowden, who has set up fishingforeveryone.com in 2004. She was annoyed by the fact that 10 out of 10 times men were fishing on the bank when she went fishing with her father. Based on her personal experiences, we can see that there are still a lot of work to be done to get more women involved in this activity. For example, women may need help with the skills of catching fish. I also believe that more women will participate in this activity when the consciousness that going fishing can be done by everybody regardless of one's gender, race, and ethnicity, that becomes pervasive. I found some interesting online websites that encourage women, children, the disabled people, and everybody to go fishing, such as fishingforeveryone.com and the Ladies Let's Go Fishing Foundation. These websites are quite useful because you can buy equipment suitable for women and their teaching programs to learn how to fish, and what's more, they provide you with more opportunities to meet people with the same interests, which is wonderful because you can make new friends with them. As for the historical changes in women's participation in this activity, there could be several reasons. Firstly, as more women were working outside home, they could earn money to buy their way into fishing, which was usually the layer for a few rich and upper-class white women. Secondly, when their men were gone during the wartime or the family was in hardship during the economic depression, women had to do the work that used to be done by men, including some physical work. The women proved that they could do the work as well as men, so they gained confidence and wanted to have equal rights as men had. As a result, they started to do anything that they wanted to do, such as flying, fishing, and so on. Why does this activity fit into traditional ideas of layer for men? The society ruled that women should stay at home and behave like a lady, but fishing needed somebody to go outside and to be strong enough to drag the fish out of the water. Bax believed the women should not pursue layer experiences that were physical, because women were physiologically less well organized and less well developed than men, and were mentally inferior because of the convention, and men were thought to be both physiologically and mentally stronger than women. Fishing, which needed a lot of energy, skills, and patience, What's the perfect layer for men? According to my personal experiences, the class materials did not tell the truth. When I was fishing, I found that I was able to grasp the skills and endure the long time of waiting. I did get very tired, but I was happy and satisfied when I dragged the big fish out of the water. Therefore, although women may be relatively weaker than men physically, we still can catch fish. However, I got tanned, and there was mud on my shoes and jeans, which would make me unwomanly if I were in the past, because according to Gerber and some other conservatives, the ideal women should be white and elegant. But on my way back home, almost nobody paid extra attention to my dirt shoes and jeans. I think people have changed about how an elegant woman should look like. I did not go fishing before because mainly my mother would not allow me to do it. It is said that by avoiding exercise and cultivating a pale face and incapacity to do work, a woman gives the appearance of gentility. Example, to have facial color and muscular strength was a sign of having to work for a living in the class materials. I guess this kind of tradition was widespread in the past or even exists now, and has stopped many women from going fishing. When I was a little girl, my mother kept telling me that I was not allowed to go out playing with boys on a sunny day, not to mention fishing, because she thought if my skin became dark because of the sun, I would look like a very rude and wild kid from a poor family. Since to fish have to stand under the sun for a long time, she never allowed me to do it. What's more, anglers around me were all males when I was a kid, so I was afraid to go fishing with being considered as a freak or a deviant. I found fishing is challenging but at the same time rewarding. To catch a fish, one has to master all the basic skills in case that you will miss your fish or get injured by the fish hook, which is really difficult for me to learn. What's more, one usually has to wait for a long time to catch fish, and I find it is very boring and exhausting when you have to look at the water all the time to wait for the fish to eat the bait. However, when you catch a fish, the happiness is unspeakable. I think women should try various kinds of layer and believe that they can do it as well as their men, because traditional women layer is less interesting and tend to center around families and men, such as knitting a sweater. I discovered that layer for men have a tendency to be more challenging and more good for the individual development. For example, fishing helps improve one's ability to concentrate and tests one's patience, both of which are very critical for the individual success. I will definitely go fishing again, although my finger got hooked by the fish hook and it was painful, because it is rewarding both materially and mentally while I can catch fish and at the same time enhance my personality by becoming more patient and persistent. It also fascinates me because I can enjoy the beautiful scenery around the lake and breathe fresh air. That's the end of it. Thank you.